Sing it, Steve. All right. Come on, let's clap together. Can you clap and sing at the same time? I know you can.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's nice to be back from camp and to be with people who are fully, dressed in appropriate clothing and have showered, hopefully, in the last 48 hours. But I will tell you that at camp, there's one thing that the kids do that I hope we can adopt. That is, they sing every single word of every prayer. All of them. It doesn't matter if they're a shy kid or an outgoing kid or the popular kid or the kid that hides in the back. All of them, 100% of the time, usually at the top of their lungs, singing every prayer. It sounds like when there are 20 kids, there are 400 kids sitting in front of you. And it's an amazing feeling. So I encourage you to not worry, as I clearly don't worry about your voice. We're here to hear each other, sing with each other, pray with each other, and feel the presence of being in a community together. Before we do our usual announcements, I want to introduce Marlene Whitman, who has now successfully completed one day of working at Temple. She's still here. She stayed for Shabbat, for those who don't know, Marlene is now working as our first ever executive director. She's already been hard at work, got here early this morning and has not left. So it's good. She put in 2 days work in 1 day already. But we want to invite her to introduce some of her family who's here with her tonight. Yeah.
This is my husband, Eric. We're almost married 24 years. And this is my youngest son, Eli.
Wonderful. So.
I actually have 4 sons, but two are in college and 2 are in high school, and so they're kind of on the move, but you'll definitely see them all, especially at the end of the month when we have Rosh Hashanah.
Great. Some of us only had 3 children, but now, it's nice to be outdone. So we'll invite Skip Radwani, or one of our co-presidents, to share announcements with us before we start
Can't
Shabbat.
get it right, can he?
No, you didn't.
Did I get his name right?
Yeah.
No.
I've been gone 2 weeks.
Well, Rabbi, I haven't showered in a week. I wanted to make you more comfortable on your return, and you're welcome. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Skip Radwani. It's an honor to join Rabbi Brown and Cantor Frompson on the Bima. It's a joy to welcome all of you here. So thanks for helping make this service special. Thanks to Sisterhood for sponsoring tonight's Wine and Welcome and for leading our Shabbat service. Our officers tonight are Frank Kalapotis. Did I say that right?
Frank, did we say your name right, Frank?
And Scott Dodez. Who's Frank and who's...
Way out there.
Okay.
Wave, guys.
And our ushers, thanks to Steve Sweedler and Jaffe and Art Krakauer. A few things happening at Temple this week, or coming up. Pedals of Prosecco on 8/7. Food, flower arranging, and the music of Carole King, sung by Cantor Frompson. Registration ends Sunday. Please support our current fundraiser for Magen David Adam. You can find the link in your email to help essentially Israel's Red Cross, or the equivalent. And they serve folks all over the world in addition to Israel, and are often first on the scene for terrible events. So you can find more details in the weekly email. And before we begin, I invite you to take a moment to turn to the person next to you and say Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Nice job.
I forgot to thank Ken or Kathy's accompanist.
It's okay. You don't have to. It's okay.
And so tonight is Sisterhood Shabbat, where we honor our sisterhood who rightfully over the years has become known as the heart of our congregation. The women who lead our congregation in so many ways, sometimes leading us, sometimes just holding us together when we're falling apart, and often knowing where everything is when no one else knows where it is. And so it's a great honor tonight to come together to thank our sisterhood for all that you do, and to honor you by inviting you to lead us in our prayers throughout the service. So we'll begin by inviting Eileen Schoenfeld to share our opening prayer. You'll notice we're also using a special prayer book. So for those joining us from home, we're sorry we're not using the usual prayer book, but you'll be able to follow along and listen to all of those who are leading tonight.
Gather all ye assembled, gather in close, as we stand here side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Our thoughts turn from the world outside to that faith and hope we hold dear. Feel the presence of the sweet Shabbat upon us. Open our hearts and let it in. Embrace the warmth and joy it brings to us all. Sing out from the hearts the prayers of old. Let us feel the air dance with the presence of Shabbat. Feel the joy of sisters, community, family, Torah. Let it spill over into all our days and fill our hearts with gladness. Gather to you all the wonders and sweetness of this Shabbat and hold its sweetness close.
We're going to turn the page to page 2 as we'll invite Terry Siegel and Melissa Pedrodecki to light our Shabbat candles, hopefully. It's always a little challenging outside. So they'll lead us on page 2. Please respond responsively.
Give them the mic. Give them the mic.
We light these candles. Thank you. To honor our voices, Kol Isha, women's voices, in prayer and song.
We light these candles for the women of the Torah, for the women of our history, for the women who touch our lives.
We light these candles for the women of honor, living and dead. They are with us tonight, enfolded in the sanctuaries of our hearts, their presence no further away than a heartbeat, a soul beat.
We light these candles as a symbol of our faith, our hopes, our dreams, our possibilities.
You may pretend.
How many Jews does it take to light the Shabbat candles?
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech קידושנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להעניק נר של שבת.
Thank you both. You turn to page 3 in our prayer book. When the Kabbalists wrote this prayer, it said that they would go outside and climb up this mountain to get to the highest point where they could see out across the vista and feel the largeness of the world. We walk back through our week. We think about all of the many small conversations we have had, all of the little things we've done, how they add up to something much larger, hopefully serving something much greater than any one task. We pour that into Shabbat as we make sure that our 6 days of work don't see Shabbat as a break just to work again, but rather the 6 days of work lead us to a day that's better than those that came before. That is the mountain that we climb on Shabbat, that this Shabbat be our best day of the week. And so we take this time, L'chad Odi, to make sure that that is the case. As if we are climbing that mountain, we make sure that this is a wondrous day. Page 3, join with us. And in the last stanza, we'll face our entrance, which is the back of this space. For those at home, you can face the entrance to your home as we'll welcome Shabbat into our sanctuary.
L'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בני שבת לקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל עם מיוחד, אדוני אחד, שמו אחד, לשירו תפארת ולתהילה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם משוכה, סופה סבב משכה בתהילה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באור קומי אורי, 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 שדדרי, כבוד אדוני עלי כלילה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise as we face the entrance to our outdoor sanctuary, our Mishkan, and welcome Shabbat.
בואי ושלום עטרת פעלה, גם בשמחה ובסוך עולה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה. l'chad Odi, l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. l'chad Odi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. יתקדש שמי רבה, בעמד יברח יראתי וימליך מלכותי.
בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל
Ba'agala ubizman karib mimeru amen yehesh meraba mevarach le'alam wa me'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kodesha Barichu La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiran be'alma V'meru Amen.
We turn the page for our call to worship the Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai. Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Le'olam Va'id Hamevorach Hamevorach
Please remain standing as we invite Janet Silverman and Lindsay Danelski forward.
I lift my eyes and I see the glory of the universe, creation in all its shapes and sizes and colors and forms. I lift my heart and I feel the pulse of life around me, the beat of other hearts, the tempo of the days, the nights, the seasons, the rhythms of the universe. My soul rises and I am filled with the joy of discovery, with the thrill of living, with the knowledge of divine creation, and with the blessings of love. Please join me at the bottom of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Shh, listen. Shh, you have to listen to hear. Shh, can you hear? Can you hear the surprise and delight in Sarah's laughter? Can you hear the joy and pride in Miriam's song? Can you hear the strength and wisdom in Deborah's clear judgments? Can you hear the warmth in your grandmother's voice calling you to the Shabbos table? Can you hear your mother's love as she recites the Sabbath blessings? Can you hear your daughter's clear, high voice chanting as she joins the circle of women? Can you hear your sisters' earnest prayers as they share their goodness and courage? Can you hear your daughter's newborn cry as she joins the Jewish chorus? Can you hear your own heart beating, reaching to join the song of praise for Adonai? Shh. Can you hear? Can you hear the women who came before you? Can you hear the women yet to come? Can you hear us all as one? Shh. Listen, hear, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, L'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated as we invite Stacy Shulin forward to lead us in Via Hafta.
V'ahavta
Et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך
היום לבדך, ושמעתם לבניך, ונמתם, ושיננך, ותך, ומלאכתך, ארבעתך, ולשפט ופומך, ושרתן להיות עמדך, ינתקות לבינך, ושרתם המזוב תחת ורשמך. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר לידך מצרים להיות למענכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So one of the peak moments for me at camp is that I get assigned to a session, the 10th graders, 9th graders who are who go camping in the middle of their session, and it's a real exercise in learning how to have some grit, some toughness. They kids who many of them live in the city in Chicago or in Minneapolis or Akron are outside in tents for 3 days, and they always wonder, because sometimes the weather is so bad, sometimes the kids have to be brought home if there's a terrible, thunderstorm. But the threshold is pretty high. And so every time something happens, they ask, do we go home now? And so when they left their food out and the raccoons were scratching on their tent, they said, do we go home now? We said, no, you don't get to go home now. When there was a thunderstorm in the middle of the night at 3 a.m., woke everybody up, they said, do we go home now? Even though the tent's all wet and we're like sleeping in a puddle. We're like, no, you got to sleep in the puddle. And there were these birds, that's a whole other story, but there were these birds making these terrible sounds all night long. One kid woke me up at 2:30, said, something's wrong with the birds, it's scaring me, do we go home now? I said, no, we don't go home now. And we really wanted them to, of course, not only have the feeling of the harshness of nature, but also the beauty of nature. And so the counselors said, let's wake the kids up at 4 a.m, and let's hike to the top of the mountain that we were camping next to, and let's see the sunset. Sunrise, thank you. It's just proving that you're listening. And so we went, we woke them up at 4 a.m. We hiked out, and we sat on this vista where you could see the lake. And they're all, complaining, like, why do we have to do this and all this stuff. And we sit and we wait. And it had been raining a ton, and we'd just seen cloudy skies the whole time. And then as the sun rose, this beautiful rainbow popped up, and we got to see it grow. You saw the rainbow, it was, an inch big, and then it was bigger, and then all of a sudden, there were 2 rainbows. You could see, because we were sitting where you could see the whole horizon, within 10 minutes, you could see 2 rainbows beginning to end. God listens sometimes when you're trying to plan something. And we were at a place that usually is packed with people because it's a popular state park, but at 5 a.m, guess what? Nobody's out there except you. I say this because we share these words, michamocha, which are words that we, of course, sang with the kids, and they sang words that are much like the English translation, which we'll share too. Who is like you? Which is a way of saying sometimes the world surprises us with things that are absolutely beautiful. And we shouldn't be so surprised. It happens more than we think. Because every morning at 5 a.m., the sun comes up over a lake somewhere, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We're just sleeping. And so to open our eyes to what's out there, we say michamocha. We're in awe of what is there. Maybe we need to open our eyes more, get out there more often, And that's one of the reasons we share these words. So join us, page 10, the words of Michamocha. We stand in awe of what we have as we're outside tonight and as we get out in our world.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נידע בקודש, נורא תהילה עושה פלא, נורא תהילה עושה פלא. מלאכתך ראו בניך, בוקי היום לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ויאמרו, זה אלינו Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha neda b'kodesh Norah tehilot oseh pele Norah tehilot
We invite Harriet Burloff to share the reading on page 10.
Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Gaal Yisrael.
Just as we have a prayer for when we live through the storm and we see the rainbow, so too we have a prayer for when we know the storm is coming, and we know that perhaps things are going to get a little scary, whether that's the fear that comes in the evening, the reason this prayer was written, or if it's fear that we know is just coming in life, that there's something up ahead, and we need a little more safety and security and promise that things are going to be okay. Words of Hashkivenu, page 11.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, Shalom, V'hamidenu Shominu L'chaim, Urosalinu Sukat Shlomecha, Rosalinu Sukat Shlomecha, Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. O Adonai.
Page 12, please rise for our Amidah.
Adonai, Sefata Tivta, Ufia Gita Hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu
Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Mekonei HaKol, Bezocher Chaste Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Lama'an Shemo Me'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezra Tzara, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech Meinit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol. Please be seated as we invite Sarah Semino forward to lead us in the words on page 14. 13, sorry.
You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all, through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully give life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all.
Baruch
Baruch
atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol.
And we invite Carol Friedman and Sophie Goldenberg. Page 14.
Giver of peace, teach us to see ourselves in the face of the other, that we may learn to be patient with fault, generous in love, sparing with anger.
Help us to understand that our little lives are potent with great good, that we are healers in your image, that reaching out in need of you to others more in need, we find you near.
Give us the grace simply to be kind, then peace must surely come to dwell among us.
We turn to page 15, our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech adon l'cha shalom. Ki atahu melech adon l'cha shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, v'choret v'chasha b'shlomecha. Shalom
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Take a moment for our own personal prayers.
Oh, say shalom bimamah. Oh, yes, shalom aleinu. Le'el kol Yisrael. Le'enu. Amen. Yes, shalom. Yes, shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas shalom, yas shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas shalom, yas shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas shalom, yas shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yas shalom, yas shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
For almost 2 years now, our hearts have been torn as we have turned to Israel and Gaza and seen the suffering that in these last 2 weeks seems to have become even more unbearable than it already was. And so I want to share a prayer written by women in a sisterhood, not necessarily our sisterhood. A prayer that there's a lot that we can't do at this moment, and there's a lot of, we can't even have an opinion necessarily. It's too hard to know what exactly is going on in many ways, and yet that doesn't mean that our hearts aren't broken or that there aren't people suffering, and that there aren't children who should be in a much better scenario, and that there aren't people on every side who are making their suffering worse. So what we can do is hope for a day that looks drastically different than what we've seen. And so as we think of Palestinians who are suffering, as we think of Israelis who are suffering, I offer these words in hope that we can take even a small step towards helping them find a better day than what these recent days have been. Written by women in a congregation much like our own. Poems have been written, songs have been sung, a prayer on the lips of the old and the young. Hearts have yearned for peace to be the sacred place of community. Still in towns and cities, nations worldwide, fathers have mourned, mothers have cried, to see precious children go to war. All the flowers have gone, to return home no more. What will it take, we asked of each other, to build lasting peace, to love one another, to put down our weapons and push egos aside, to go toward the light where Shekhinah, God, resides, to have respect and compassion, embrace others for being all creatures of earth with hurts worthy of healing. The intent is our answer. Peace in action and word. Sim shalom Adonai. Place peace before us and let our voices be heard. As we say, Amen. We share now words of peace that don't reach across the world, but rather reach to those whom we know personally, those who are suffering of mind, of body, of spirit. We share our words of Misha Berach as we'll invite you If you'd like to share the names of any of those you'd like this prayer to reach out loud or to yourself in the midst of the prayer, page 16.
Avotenu Mekor Haracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
If there are names you'd like to share, please share them as I look around the room. Go ahead, Skip. Neil Kodesh.
Mishebera imotenu Mekor Haracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
It's an honor to invite Audrey Baker to introduce us to some new leaders.
Thank you. First, I wanted to thank everyone in Sisterhood for contributing to the wine and welcome tonight. That was very nice of everyone to bring snacks, and for volunteering to do parts in the service tonight. I also wanted to introduce our new presidents of Sisterhood, happily introduce them, Melissa and Terry, and thank you for taking on this responsibility this year. And welcome. Come on up.
Okay, Melissa and I are looking forward to the next couple of years, and the first commercial break would be, we'll encourage all the women to join Sisterhood if you haven't. We'll be getting letters about that soon. But if you haven't been a member of Sisterhood, we hope that you will be, because we already have a lot of exciting things planned.
No, that's, I think you said it great. Our theme this year is to kind of engage people who haven't been involved, and to continue to engage those who have. So we look forward to interacting and having great programming and talking with all of you.
Okay, and we need Sophie and Carol to come up here for just a moment, our past presidents. Okay, well, thank you guys for holding down the fort the last couple years. It just seems like a couple of weeks, so.
Not to them, though.
Right, that's true. So they're going to be a hard act to follow, because they were a wonderful team, but we're very grateful for what they did, and have a little something for them that has nothing to do with Temple. It has to do with all their free time and a little shopping at a place that they like.
Thank you so much.
I want to invite all of the all of the members of Sisterhood to please stand. And I want to invite all of the family members of people in Sisterhood to please stand. You can stand too, yeah. We don't have to give them applause. They haven't done anything. I want to invite everybody who is grateful that we have a Sisterhood to stand. Anybody who's not grateful, you're welcome to leave at this time. We are grateful to have you could sit. It's okay. Yeah, I know you weren't voting. It's okay if those who need to sit, please sit. It's I do want to offer this blessing, again written by women in a sisterhood, and adapted for this moment. As we begin Shabbat, and this week is ending, we acknowledge that there is another beginning. In challenging and changing times, there are also exciting times. There's opportunity. And we face it and we make the most of it. We don't just let whatever happens, happens. That's not what sisterhood does. We are not those who let it happen. We, because of you, are those who make it happen. That we are here today says that we are people of conscience, people of action, that we will not only sustain our world, that we will rejuvenate it physically and spiritually, as did those who came before us. As they expect us to do together, so shall we. And so we begin again, stronger together, with our gratitude for the women who so often lead our congregation. We say, Amen. Please remain standing as we'll turn to the words of Aleinu on page 17.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tei gdula leotzer reshit, shelo asanu keguyei haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechal hamonam, ve'anachnu korim, ומשחרים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated as we invite Amy Stewart forward to share our meditation before the Mourner's Kaddish.
We pause now to remember those who have died, members of our own sisterhood, members of our own families, our friends, and even those we never knew. They have left this earth, but have given us life, and we are grateful. They are our past, and we are the future. When we say Kaddish together, we honor God. The story of all people, of all generations, is with us. As we remember a specific person who died recently or at this time in the past, we mark the moment in our family history by reciting Kaddish together.
We take this time to remember those that we've lost, especially recently. As we share the names of your loved ones, whether you lost them recently or if it's the yard site, we invite you, as their name is said, to stand in their honor. And then we as a community will join you as we support you in mourning your loved ones. Those that we've lost in this last month: Nicholas George, and Dr. Robert Weiner, Marcia Bear Sampson, and Michelle Benson. Those that we lost at this time in years past: Rose Smith Aronson, Esther Barnett, Burton Belsky, Ann Ehrenberg, Harry Feynman, Kenneth Gelberd, Maurice Goldman, Doris Marks Green, Kaylette Jaffe, Jack Karn, Estelle Klein, Gertrude Kotler, Nathan Kraus, Blanche Lieberman, Rita Lakshan, Sybil Lowry, Benjamin Pinsky, Jean Rubin, Hannah Schechter, Samuel Sokol, William Solomon, Robert Union, and Edward Zingerman. If there are names you'd like to add or names I mispronounced, please share them. Well, we rise in support of all of those in mourning, as well as to honor those who have no one to say mourner's Kaddish for them, as we turn to page 19 and share together. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala u'v'zman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak, v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitadlev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Now we turn to bless each other. We invite you to connect with each other if you would like, as we share the words of the priestly benediction. May God bless you and keep you. May God's presence be with you and be gracious unto you. May we always find in the circle of our community, in the circle of our sisterhood and our brotherhood, those who are blood relatives and the relatives we choose. May we find a sense of shalom, a sense of peace.
Amen.
Please be seated as we invite Sophie and Carol forward once again to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. You're full of blessing tonight, full. We'll join together in Kiddush on page 20.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'v'ratzon nimchilanu. Zikaron le'maseh hareshit, ki hu yom tehila la'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta v'yotanu b'dasha mikra'o amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'ratzon inchatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Uncover the challah, Carol.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
L'chaim. You can have some challah if you want. You can pass it around if you'd like. We invite Terry and Melissa forward to close our service.
Are we chosen by our life, or do we have a choice? Our tasks choose us, or so it seems. Are we silent behind inner walls, or do we have a voice? Chosen and elected, can we shape our dreams? How we meet the surge of life, this inner stance is ours. To greet the roistering days with wonder at creation. The hands we use, the words we say in dark or shining hours. Strengthen us to face each day in affirmation. Oak to strength together, hope banishes fear away, finding strength and worth as we choose to serve each day. And our spirits are lifted as we feel the presence of a higher soul of God. We say to each other, I will be there for you, for sisterhood, for Temple Israel, for WRJ, for Judaism. Here I am, we say to each other and God, Hineni.
Amen.
Lord, prepare me, dear sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I will leave sanctuary for you. May I sing with dash, ושקמתי בתוך ואנחנו נברך ואתה מיד עולה. Raise it up a little. Lord, prepare me, come on, to be a sanctuary.